The Empowering Women panel is a group of women and non-binary people from across Scotland, from a whole range of marginalised communities with a whole diverse range of lived experiences, who have formed a participation advisory group in order to support the work of the National Advisory Council on Women and Girls, who in turn support the Scottish Government to help drive gender equality forward in Scotland. Scotland is a multicultural and diverse nation, but often when decisions are made, they are made for the few as opposed to the many. We know that women and girls face a whole range of inequalities as compared to men and boys. We know that gender-based violence is still an issue across Scotland, and we know that particularly women and girls from marginalised communities face even more inequalities. So the National Advisory Council really wanted to make sure that their work had the input of women and girls with lived experience of a whole range of different issues to help them really make sure that the work that they're doing makes a difference to real women and girls on the ground. Obviously, we want to make sure that as much power as possible is devolved into the hands of the panel themselves, with the understanding that the National Advisory Council and the Scottish Government will have their own unique role, but we want to make sure that we're supporting women who traditionally have no power to feel as empowered as they possibly can through this experience. It's early days with the Empowering Women panel so far, and while we've seen great changes both in terms of the panel's levels of confidence and in terms of their strength and voice as a group, there's still a lot to do in terms of empowering the panel to work more closely with Scottish Government officials to really develop that relationship between the three parts of this project, which are the Empowering Women panel, the National Advisory Council on Women and Girls and the Scottish Government, so that collectively we can use all of the skills around all of those parts to be able to really drive positive changes that can be felt by real women and girls on the ground.
Just being able to come and participate, it just feels that I'm able to do something and that we can do something together to make a difference, even if it's a tiny bit. So it gives me a lot more hope. It gives me a sense of community. It gives me some level of control in a weird way, I would say. Like, I can do something. I'm not as helpless.
It's been wonderful because I've got to meet such a diversity of different women and learned about so many different opinions and things that I had never been open to before. Where I stay, it's not a very diverse area. Some of the charities I've been involved in have been more diverse. I've got to learn different things, so that's opened up such experiences.
It has made me feel like I'm being listened to, and maybe we can make a difference to policy. It's lifted me. Definitely has lifted me, and I think that's the main thing for me. Is I feel like I might have some control over policy, and I think that helps with mental health.
It's very important to listen to the voices of because women doesn't have a voice in the government experiences. So it's really important for women to come together and hearing their voices is very empowering.
For me, I would say it's been really good able to get your voice across. Like this, for instance, when you get to the stage, you need to speak out, but you don't know in what ways to do it. This is one of the ways that you can all come together as one big group and get your voices out there and hopefully get them listened to as well.
It's wonderful that you've got a group of women that are willing to share their lived experience, because I feel that is so much more powerful, because you're talking from a place of genuine knowledge, and nobody is an expert in your life. You are the one that knows all the details, and knows how it affects you. And the other thing is that I like about this panel, anything really that we can actually get done, any positive things that we manage to get done, I feel that there's a knock-on effect, that it won't just make a difference to women and girls, it will have the knock-on effect of spreading out into society as a whole.